What is up, Heffa Nation? This is Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you're new here to this channel, how are you doing? My name is Jillian and welcome to another episode of Java and Journeys with Jillian. So we are here downtown Kissimmee. We are going to try out Susanna's Cafe, which I've heard a lot about in terms of being one of the top brunch spots in Central Florida. I'm looking forward. I love a good brunch, y'all. I love waffles, pancakes, eggs, bacon, all of it. Give it to me. The other thing, because you know that we love to stay well caffeinated over here, that Susanna's touts that they have the #1 best Costa Rican coffee. What does that mean? I don't know, because you all know I am not a coffee snob. I'm not a connoisseur. I just know good coffee, right? I know what works for me. So being someone that loves a good cup of coffee, I want to take them up on that and see if they actually do at least have a coffee that tastes like it is the #1 Costa Rican coffee. Let's go ahead and get on this journey. To give you that kind of POV, this is what Susanna's looks like from the outside, which I'm already excited about because it's giving you those cozy, come on over, have a good brunch, step into my house, that hospitality that I love. So I automatically am so intrigued and cannot wait to go in. And I also want to share that Susanna's Cafe is located in Kissimmee. In my head, I'm thinking like Kissimmee is a large city. And for those of you all that have ever been to Orlando, or who even have lived in this area, you know that some cities and neighborhoods can really stretch and the area can be quite long, and Kissimmee is no different. So what I mean by that is, in my head, I was thinking, oh, this is located in Kissimmee. This must be, and I'm thinking like Margaritaville, Kissimmee, because that area off of Highway 192, for those that have lived in Orlando, if you know, you know. But I'm thinking that this is located in that area. So I'm like, oh, this is like a good 20 minutes from my house. No worries. I put Susanna's in the GPS and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, this is like a 40-minute drive from where I live. So this is southeast of Disney. So if you are someone who is visiting from out of town, you're looking for a good brunch breakfast spot, you want to get out of the tourist areas, Susanna's could be a good option. Of course, we're going to have to try the food and coffee, so I'll let you know what I think after the experience. But just to kind of set up the perimeter and where this is located, it's definitely not in near Margaritaville or in that high touristy area. This is essentially, you know, the downtown Kissimmee area. There is plenty of parking. You have this lot here, and of course the street parking has unlimited hours on the weekend. So we are parked on the street and we are going to head on in. All right, everyone. So of course, it's the weekend, it's brunch time, so there is a little bit of a wait. While we're waiting, I'll tell you right now, the weather is so nice. It's breezy, not super hot and humid. And now by the time this post will probably be past this point, but shockingly enough, apparently Florida is supposed to get another cold front coming in next week. Come on, climate change, do your thing. But I'm looking forward to that because I love a nice cool down in the evening. And like I said before, you all have heard me mention this in a lot of my other videos. Always make sure to check the weather, even when we're in like this transitional period, if you are visiting Orlando, because you will come here thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be super hot. More than likely it's going to be warm, but you just never know. We have some chilly evenings, especially when we're in the winter and we're transitioning over to the spring. But what I am surprised about is that we've had these cold fronts last for as long as they've had, because at this point I thought we'd be fully into summer. The past couple of weeks, it's been in the 70s, the 80s, some coolness in the evening, but it's definitely been feeling warmer. So to have to like pivot back to a cool evening, I cannot wait. I'm going to lean into it because this is probably going to be the last cold snap that we have for quite some time, probably until we start getting into the transition of fall, winter. So anywho, I am looking forward to trying some coffee, ordering some brunch. Drop down in the comments, tell me, what are some of your favorite brunch breakfast items? Do you prefer breakfast over dinner? I am definitely a breakfast girl. So anytime I can have brunch, I am leaning into it. We've just been set. I want to show you all the menu, which I love because it's very straightforward, not complicated. When you're looking, you're starting with all of the drinks that they have to offer. And you all know this is just like hitting the mark with me, but of everything on the menu in terms of the drinks, I'm going to try this Vanilla coffee, which essentially is how the coffee is made. So it looks like a pour over, but it's a pour over from a clay pot that you see pictured here. I have never had that before. And considering that they're known for their Costa Rican coffee, I'm like, why not? Let's do it. Regarding the rest of the menu, you'll see here, and what is great is that breakfast is served all day. So if you are the kind of person that you prefer to have your breakfast for dinner, Susanna's Cafe is the place to go. And the breakfast items, like I said, are very straightforward. I am not mad about that because I'd rather you make a straightforward breakfast really well than to have like a bunch of different type of breakfast items where most of it is subpar mediocre. And also we have the arepas, and what I did think was really interesting is that they have a breakfast arepa. I've never seen that before. Everything else is pretty standard issue. Now, this is where it also gets interesting. So you have, I would say, more of like the lunch side as well, continuing side orders, wraps and toast, but also Susanna offers a mix of different types of pastries, and I'm definitely interested in potentially trying out the tequeño guava and cheese. I have never seen that before. And y'all, when you're walking into Susanna's, you'll see the whole tray of baked goods as soon as you walk in behind a rack. And I wasn't able to film that because it's just so crazy busy. A lot of people are going in and out the door, the waiters and waitresses, as well as customers. So I'm hoping to capture that just so you can see, but the pastries look so good. So I'm hoping to maybe try a couple of things, but we've just placed our order. I ordered the breakfast combo because I'm like, let's just keep it simple, keep it good. Scrambled egg, waffle, bacon. My husband actually ordered the breakfast tacos, which they are also known for with the legendary garlic sauce that they have. So I'm also going to try a bite of that and let you all know if it's any good. We are going to wait for our coffee to come out and food. We just got our Vanilla coffee out. Here is the clay pot that it is brewed out of, and you all see that it's very much like a pour over coffee. I cannot wait to try it. And we have our cup of Java here. And I like that this looks very brown, not too dark. So I'm not nervous about it being too bitter. But we'll see, because as it described in the menu, we should be getting some notes of caramel, of honey, and our waiter did tell us that you shouldn't have to add creamer to this, that it is fine just as is. So we're gonna see if he tells no lies. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining me on yet another Java journey. That's really nice. It's not bitter. I will say, for me, I personally would want just a little bit of cream and sugar because I am not a black coffee drinker unless like those flavors are just so prominent. Like you taste, there's this one coffee I actually have at home. I can't remember the brewer off the top of my head, but it's infused with cinnamon and cardamom. You really don't need anything for that. Like you can taste all those flavors. This one, let me take another sip. I do definitely taste the honey, not so much caramel, but for me, I would want to put just a little bit of sugar, a little bit of cream, just to make it feel more creamy, but it's not bitter at all. It's a coffee that goes down smooth. It's not overbrewed. So I am going to enjoy this. I am going to add just a little bit of sugar. I may or may not get cream, but I feel like sugar will carry me through on this until we get our food order out. The food looks really good. And y'all, nothing like, I'm not going to hold you, like nothing that looks like, oh my gosh, so exceptional, but everything looks well made. We have our waffle here with like a touch of that powdered sugar. My eggs, y'all, let me tell you, these scrambled eggs look so light and fluffy with just a little bit of chive at the top, but this looks so good. Doesn't look like overcooked. That's the problem that I have with some places when I ordered scrambled egg, is that they overcook the egg. Our bacon, now I will say the bacon does not look crispy like I like it, but we're gonna see how it tastes once we get into it. And you all know, we're gonna have our little syrup action going on. My husband, aka co-producer, is tucking in his tacos in the background. But yes, get into this syrup action. Like, what am I doing? I'm gonna go ahead, eat some of this food, let you all know how it tastes. Y'all, I'm not gonna I have not even gotten into my breakfast yet because I took a bite of my co-producer's breakfast tacos. Y'all, so good. And I was like, listen, can you give me some of that garlic sauce action?
I think they are still doing it since they are. But yeah, for some reason.
If you come to Susanna's, you must get the breakfast tacos with the garlic sauce, period. This is so good. And that garlic sauce, which they sell it by the bottle, that is dangerous. Y'all, talk about putting on 1,000 pounds quick. That garlic sauce is so dangerous. Let me show you all what it looks like. And this is made here at Susanna's Cafe. And you can buy it. Y'all, I'm like in my head, part of me wants to get it, and another part of me is like, girl, don't do it. Don't put those extra calories on yourself. Lord knows you don't need it. But let me also show you what the inside of this breakfast taco looks like. Y'all, look at how good this is. We have our bacon, eggs, peppers. We have our garlic sauce on the inside. Really show you what's under the hood, that melted cheese, that garlic sauce. Like, I'm being so disrespectful to my waffle right now. I know I'm being mad disrespectful. I'm sorry, it is what it is. I'm gonna continue to be disrespectful too. Okay, the disrespect has stopped, admittedly. Getting into this waffle, you all see that syrup action right there? The waffle is good. Nice, chewy, pillowy. Nice vanilla flavor. You know, again, sometimes it's good to get back to the basics. You don't need anything fancy. I have not even added additional sugar to my Bendola Cafe. Yeah, honestly, now that I'm getting into the waffle, of course with the sweetness of the syrup, I'm like, you know what? Our waiter told no lies. You really don't need any additional sugar or creamer with that, especially, I would say, if you're going to eat something sweet. If you're leaning on something a bit more savory, I probably still would think about adding sugar or a little bit of creamer to it. But this is good, and my co-producer was like, oh, I can actually taste notes of peach, which is also part of the flavor profile for this coffee. I taste a bit more honey with like a hint of caramel. But y'all, I am not disappointed. Let's try the bacon. So, it's chewy. I wish it was just a bit more crispy. The ends are crispy. But again, the flavor is good. Y'all, I'm not disappointed at all. I'm going to continue to work on this breakfast and check back in. And as an added bonus, I decided to get a piece of the banana bread, which you all can see here. It's nice and warm. Let's go ahead and try it out. And if I'm not mistaken, y'all, I believe that this is around $10. It's a nice thick piece. Let's see if this is any good. And you see the inside. That is yummy. It tastes fresh. It doesn't taste stale. Like I said, nice and warm, not overly sweet. You all know I don't like my desserts super, super sweet. Snaps across the board. y'all, with everything finished, we're gonna go ahead and head on out. And as we're walking out, I'll show you all a little view of the cafe. Here is the back wall where we're sitting, and I really love the seating area. We actually have this cute little table back here, but they have a lot of outdoor seating as well. And you see this patio through the window. And you'll see the bakery items over here on the side, which all look really good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, everyone, that concludes our journey here over at Susanna's Cafe. Let me tell you all, I enjoyed everything. The food was really good. If I could recommend anything off their menu, now granted, first timer at Susanna's, and I'm sure that they have other fantastic items, but y'all, the breakfast tacos are where it's at. Those were so delicious, and I cannot tell you, and I know it seems like very small and like simple, but like the ability for a restaurant to make a good scrambled egg, don't ever play yourself. I think that if you go to a place for breakfast and your scrambled egg is not nice and fluffy, your waffle is dry and overcooked, your pancake is not fluffy, it's flat, if you can't do those like basic items well, then it's just not a good breakfast, right? It's not worth your dollars. It's not worth the calories. I absolutely enjoyed my experience there. I love the coziness of Susanna's. I was not expecting for it to have like that house vibe because it was a home that was turned into a restaurant. And so it just gives you that we're going over to a friend's house for brunch and we're hanging out. So very atmospheric, which I loved. And that's not something that I find very often, especially around here, because Orlando is so heavy touristy that everything is either like over themed to something very silly, or it's like in a building of some sort. So it's really nice and refreshing to get out of that bubble, go to some place where you just feel welcome. The staff, super friendly. Our wait, we got here a little after 11 o'clock on a Saturday, and the wait was not that bad at all. I think we just waited like 15 minutes, and I expected that anyway because that's like prime time for brunch. But it was just so comforting. The banana bread, nice, solid, not overly sweet, tastes freshly baked. You all saw some of those baked goods as I was walking out. And again, because it's so busy, I didn't want to get in the way and like stop and gaze at everything too long. But I definitely would like to try their carrot cake and some of their other baked goods because I didn't get a chance to get the little taquitos that they had, that the guava and the cheese. That may be an item that I try for the next time. But y'all, overall, it was just good. Like for me, I'm like a solid like 4 out of 5. I wouldn't say it was like perfect. And for me to give something like 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5 for like everything, that's a true high bar. A lot of places I eat at, and that's just how I am as a person, doesn't get like 5 out of 5 on everything. You may get a 5 out of 5 on certain items, but like whole experience, to me, I'm like 4 out of 5. Like that is super high note. And for me, the only place that I would deduct anything was just like on the bacon. I wish the bacon was a bit more crispy. And I mean, really, that's it. Like, otherwise, everything was really great. So this is just me like splitting hairs, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you all the real talk. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, but I 100% would recommend Susanna's. If you ever find yourself out in the Orlando area, if you're renting a car, there is no such thing as good public transit unless you're in the Disney bubble and you're leveraging Disney's kind of transit to get around the parks and the resorts. But once you're outside of that, Orlando, there's no really such thing as solid public transportation here. So if you have a rental car, if you find yourself here in the Sunshine State visiting, definitely come over. Like I said, it's about southeast of Disney, about 40 minutes outside of that Disney bubble. And also, y'all, if there are other places that you would like for me to try, drop it down in the comments. Let me know. With that being said, thank you for joining me on this very special Java and Journeys. I hope that you all enjoyed it. And also, what did we learn today? We learned that it is actually possible to drink coffee completely black and it be delicious and flavorful and not nasty and bitter. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next journey. Bye.